Today we are taking a look at Hatsune Miku from Vocaloid. This is the Hatsune Miku and Cinnamoroll Summer version figure in the XStellar line by SEGA. Hatsune Miku is a virtual singer known around the world through music, games, live performances, and a wide range of creative collaborations. Her recognizable voice, turquoise twin tails, and broad presence across many different projects have made her one of the most iconic virtual singers. Today's highlights for this figure are the voluminous twin tails and gentle expression, the sailor-style one-piece dress, and the welcoming pose created by the way Miku softly holds her skirt. The first highlight is the twin tails and the expression. The large teal eyes stay wide and clear, while the mouth forms a small, gentle curve, so the face gives off a soft and friendly mood, rather than an energetic or dramatic one. Around that expression, the bangs divide into several pointed sections, while the twin tails begin high on the head and expand into two very large flowing shapes. The long grooves across the hair and the multiple separated ends keep that volume readable from the front, sides, and back. The second highlight is the sailor-style one-piece dress. The white dress is layered with a light blue sailor collar, a matching chest ribbon, striped sleeve cuffs, and a continuous light blue border around the skirt. A white waistband separates the upper section from the wider lower section, while the small red ribbons near the waist connect visually with the large ribbon above the head. The long folds running from the waist toward the hem also make the skirt feel broad and full without losing the clean white and blue color arrangement. The third highlight is the welcoming pose. Both arms move away from the body and the hands gently hold the outer sections of the skirt, so the pose opens toward the viewer instead of staying close to the torso. The fabric rises around the fingertips and then falls toward the center, creating a wide curved line across the lower half. Together with the forward-facing gaze and gentle smile, this makes the figure feel as though Miku is warmly greeting the viewer. This channel brings you figure reviews and anime merchandise updates straight from Japan. If you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. The head is built around a gentle expression that feels calm and welcoming. The cheeks are softly rounded before narrowing toward the small chin, while the wide teal eyes and the narrow upward curve of the mouth create a kind smile. Several shades of teal fill the eyes, with darker borders around the upper areas and lighter sections inside. Small white details brighten the irises without changing the quiet mood. The nose remains subtle at the center of the face, allowing the gaze and mouth to stay closely connected. The bangs divide into several pointed locks across the forehead. A longer central section falls toward the space between the eyes, while the surrounding strands angle outward and overlap the sides of the face. Shorter sections gather near the ears and connect the front hair to the tied areas behind the head. The twin tails begin high on the head with narrow roots, then widen into two large flowing masses. Long grooves run through their surfaces, and the lower sections divide into several sharp ends that spread around the figure. A white beret sits on top of the hair beside a large red ribbon with white stripes. The ribbon separates from its central knot into broad loops and hanging ends, with the white lines following each curved section. Cinnamoroll is positioned close to Miku's hair and wears the same coordinated white and light blue outfit, along with a white hat and red ribbon. The upper body is arranged around a white sailor-style dress with light blue details layered over the shoulders, chest, and sleeves. A light blue sailor collar rests over the white upper section and opens around the neckline. A thin white line follows its outer edge, clearly separating the collar from the dress beneath it. At the back, the collar widens into a squared panel that lies across the shoulders, with the same white border continuing around its corners. Below it, the white fabric curves gently across the chest before narrowing toward the waistband. A light blue ribbon is placed at the center of the chest. Two rounded loops spread from a white circular center, while shorter ends sit beneath them. The ribbon overlaps the lower part of the sailor collar and projects slightly from the front of the dress. The short sleeves rise into rounded shapes at the shoulders and then narrow toward the cuffs. Each cuff is finished with a light blue band crossed by a thin white line, repeating the color arrangement used around the collar. Both arms extend downward from the sides of the body before opening slightly outward near the hands. The forearms form smooth curves, and the hands reach toward the outer sections of the skirt. Her fingers gently hold the fabric, with small folds gathering below the places where it is held. The fingers remain individually readable against the skirt, creating a clear connection between the open arm position and the widened lower section of the dress. The lower body begins with a white waistband that clearly separates the upper section of the dress from the skirt. Below it, the skirt expands through several long folds that travel from the waist toward the hem. Small red ribbons are attached near the outer areas of the waist and sit separately over the white surface. The sections held by the hands rise slightly while the center falls lower, creating a broad curved outline across the front. The skirt alternates between raised areas and deeper folds. Near the waist, the folds begin as narrow divisions before widening toward the hem. Around the fingertips, smaller folds gather more closely and continue downward to the outer edge. At the back, the folds spread away from the center and remain visible between the large twin tails. A light blue band runs continuously around the bottom of the skirt, following every rise and dip of the hem and clearly separating the white surface from the blue border. The raised areas reveal the white inner surface of the skirt, while the thickness of the hem separates the outer layer, blue border, and inner layer. White shorts are placed beneath the skirt, with their lower edges visible around the upper legs. One leg is positioned farther forward than the other, creating a clear difference in depth between the feet. White high socks cover the lower legs, and light blue loafers complete the outfit. Small decorations sit across the tops of the shoes, while the rounded toes and slightly raised heels finish the lower silhouette. This figure is approximately 19 centimeters tall. That's about 7.5 inches. For size comparison, here's a 350 milliliter can. That's about 12 ounces in the US. Overall, Hatsune Miku by SEGA stands out because this figure combines a gentle expression, large flowing twin tails, a sailor-style one-piece dress, and an open pose that guides the eye naturally across the whole piece. The face leaves a soft first impression. The teal eyes stay wide and clear, the mouth forms a small upward curve, and the rounded cheeks narrow smoothly toward the chin, so the expression feels kind and welcoming rather than dramatic. The lighter details inside the irises keep the gaze lively, while the nose remains subtle enough that the flow from the eyes to the mouth stays smooth. The hair strengthens that presentation very effectively. The bangs are divided into several pointed sections, and the longer central lock creates a clear vertical accent across the forehead. Around the cheeks, shorter inner sections and longer outer sections overlap, so the face is framed softly instead of being surrounded by one heavy edge. Above them, the white beret and the large red ribbon with white stripes create a strong accent at the top of the head. The twin tails begin high on the head, expand into broad flowing shapes, and then separate into several pointed ends. Their long curves give the figure width and keep the silhouette active from the front, sides, and back. Cinnamoroll is positioned close to the hair and wears the same coordinated white and light blue outfit as Miku. The upper body works well because the outfit layout and the pose support each other closely. The light blue sailor collar rests over the white dress, and the thin white border clearly follows its outer edge. The chest ribbon adds another raised layer below the collar, while the rounded sleeves and striped cuffs continue the same color arrangement along the arms. Both arms open slightly away from the body, and the hands gently hold the outer sections of the skirt. That movement creates a smooth connection between the upper body and the wider lower half. The lower body gives the figure much of its visual spread. The white waistband separates the fitted upper section from the broad skirt, while the small red ribbons add clear accents near the waist. Long folds move from the waistband toward the hem, and the areas held by the hands rise slightly above the lower center. The light blue band follows the full edge of the skirt and makes the wide curved shape easy to read. Below it, the white high socks continue cleanly into the light blue loafers, while the forward placement of one leg adds a gentle change in direction at the feet. What makes the figure especially effective is the way all of these elements connect. The eye can move from the large twin tails to the gentle face, through the sailor collar and chest ribbon, down into the wide skirt, and then toward the forward shoe without feeling stuck. Because of that, fans of Hatsune Miku will likely enjoy this piece very much. Collectors who like gentle expressions, sailor-style outfit arrangements, and welcoming poses with large flowing twin tails should find it a very satisfying addition. That's it for this video. If there's any part of the figure you liked, feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.